Yes. Welcome, everyone. Cannabis News with Joe Klare. It's October 17th, 2018. Presented, as always, by the Marijuana Times. Check us out at marijuanatimes.org as I begin the show with a graphic snafu. First, in almost turned 50 episodes we've done. Check out the video tab at marijuanatimes.org. Find the show. And there's also a bunch of great articles on there, social media networks, and more. Today we're talking about marijuana dependence versus addiction. Also a big day in Canada. And I'll play you an interview I did with Jeff and Bill of Beard Bros Pharms. All of that coming up. First, of course, as you already saw, Cannabis News is brought to you by Natureside, nature-side.com, and their organic, all-natural pesticides. If you're a cannabis grower in a state where it is legal, grow safe and poison-free. Don't use banned pesticides. Don't use harmful chemicals. Use Natureside, nature-side.com, a proud sponsor of Cannabis News. Been with us since the beginning. Go and check them out. This first story is all these stories are, of course, linked in the description of this video. This first story is written by yours truly. What exactly is marijuana dependence? Basically, it's based on Normal Deputy Director Paul Armentano. He had an opinion piece published in the New York Times that's based on someone else talking about being a marijuana addict. And it made me start to think about the way the prohibitionists use the word dependence. They use the word dependence as always in a negative connotation. There's a reason there's a difference between the words addiction and dependence. Addiction is being unable to stop doing something even though it's detrimental to your life, your loved ones, your quality of life, whatever. It's detrimental to you in some way that by all rights you should be able to quit that and should want to quit that, but you can't. Dependence is something different, and people use this word a lot. As I said, prohibitionists use this word a lot to just kind of strike fear into people who would like to vote for marijuana legalization, for example, or medical marijuana legalization. You see, you hear the word dependent, and they say, oh, well, you can't live without this. And you can't function without this. But there's many things in that category of things that people can't function without and that they are dependent upon that doesn't make them addicted to it because it's not detrimental to their life. There's tons of examples. I use myself as an example in the story, but here's one that a lot of people can relate to because they've had a family member or themselves have gone through cancer treatments. They have cancer. Someone has cancer. They're going through chemotherapy. They have horrific side effects. They're nauseous all the time. They can't eat. They use cannabis, as millions of cancer patients have throughout the years. It restores their appetite. They're able to eat. They're able to better take the side effects of their chemotherapy treatment while they're trying to kill their cancer. For the first time in months, they're able to keep food down. Their quality of life improves. They're not throwing up all the time. They're gaining weight. These people are dependent on marijuana. The person I described is absolutely dependent on marijuana. But can you say they're addicted? No. What is detrimental about that? Their ability to eat? Is their ability to eat and gain weight and have a better quality of life somehow detrimental to them? Of course not. And yet they're dependent. There's no way around that. That person I just described and millions of other people are dependent on cannabis for their everyday life. Is that a bad thing? I would submit that it's not. If your quality of life is better, if it is helping you survive, if it is helping you live, it's not detrimental to you or your existence, and it is not an addiction, but it can be classified as a dependence. Dependence is not a bad word. We're dependent on all kinds of things. I mean, the obvious, air, food, water, things like that. But loved ones, transportation, we're dependent on many things that make our lives better. Them making our lives better is the very reason we're dependent on them. So I had to, it's something I wanted to write for a while, and I saw that article and the Paul Armentano responded to this guy about the statistics for so-called marijuana dependence, however you want to classify that. And it's something that it's something that I had to get that point out there, because I think a lot of people miss that point. They miss the fact that there's a huge difference between dependence and addiction, and there's my 2 cents on that. And of course, this next story from CNN.com, a big day today, October 17th, in Canada. Recreational marijuana has become legal in Canada. There's a lot going on. Of course, there's not many dispensaries. There's huge gaps in coverage of dispensaries. There's online sales. Possession is legal. You're able to start growing 4 plants. But it's going to take a little while before the supply of legal cannabis can catch up to the demand for legal cannabis in Canada, but nonetheless, celebration going on in Canada. Like I said, there's only about 100 stores, so it's not going to be easy to buy as of yet. There are plans to pardon Canadians who've been convicted of crimes involving less than 30 grams of cannabis. That is in the works as well. And even though this is a big day, again, for those of you in Canada, it's a long process before you can have retail stores and things of that nature. A lot of the provinces still have to work out regulations. So there's a long way to go. But October 17th, you'll be able to start possessing cannabis less than 30 grams, grow 4 plants at home, all of that stuff. Congratulations. Canada now following Uruguay as the only country to legalize on a federal level cannabis. Of course, there's still a lot, as I said, for the provinces to work out a lot of rules and regulations and the like. But that doesn't, like I said, doesn't change the fact that as congratulations are in order for Canada, who continues to be ahead of the United States when it comes to marijuana law reform. They've been that way for quite a few years. And this is just another example as our federal government, the United States, falls behind on this issue. Congratulations to Canada. Thanks everybody for watching and listening. Right now I'm going to play you an interview I did with Jeff and Bill from Beard Bros Pharms, beardbrospharms.com. Farms is spelled with a PH. They have a new collaboration with Heavy Hitters. I wrote an article about it a couple of days ago. I'll link that article from the Marijuana Times in the description of this video as well. Thanks everybody for checking out the show and watching and listening. And we'll see you next time right here on Cannabis News. And now here's my interview with Jeff and Bill from Beard Bro Pharms, beardbrosfarms.com. Welcome back, everybody, on the show and on the video chat. We have Jeff and Bill, the Beard Bros, beardbrosfarms.com. That's farms with a PH. Guys, welcome to the show.
Good morning, and thank you.
Hey, good morning.
Awesome. Thanks for taking the time to be on the show. For those people out there who are listening and watching who don't know what Beard Bros is, can you give us a little bit of a background on who you guys are and why you got involved in the cannabis industry?
Beard Bros. Technically Beard Bros started around 2012, 2013 here in Los Angeles. The journey took quite a bit longer to get to here, but as far as the company and the marketing of Beard Brothers, it started around 2012 or 13 in Los Angeles. We cultivate top shelf, high grade cannabis in the Los Angeles area.
Awesome. What made you what was the impetus for saying, hey, we're gonna do this as a business, getting into the cannabis industry?
Well, as most people, we did this kind of under the radar for a lot of years. It was really the Prop 19 not passing in California. We realized at that point, if it had passed and we weren't a branded company, we would have kind of gotten lost in the shuffle. And that was the time we decided we needed to actually put something behind our product and something that people could identify us with. We knew in 2 or 4 years another legislation was going to pass, and we needed to be in a position to survive.
Awesome. So you guys are you're doing a little collaboration with Heavy Hitters. What can you tell us about Heavy Hitters and what you guys got going on right now?
The collaboration with Heavy Hitters started with a company, with a collective out in the high desert in Paris, California. They approached Heavy Hitters about making an extreme cream cartridge for them specifically, because the flower had done so well in the shop itself. So that came about, and when it happened and when it got released to the patients, Heavy Hitters saw the numbers really skyrocket for that particular collective, and in particular that. So they reached out to us, and that's where the collaboration started through a collective called the West Side Collective in Paris, California.
Okay, so what can people expect from the combination or the coming together of Beard Bros and Heavy Hitters?
The collaboration currently is with our Extreme Cream cartridge, which they have matched the flavor almost identically, which is really important when you're trying to convert over to from a flower to a cartridge.
Awesome. You have any other future plans, or you want to keep that under wraps, or where you guys are going?
Hopefully, we will keep that under wraps for now.
All right.
What they are doing with the Extreme Cream is a limited release in some of their premium collectives. So yeah, it could end up being a more widespread distribution of it after that, but they're currently doing it for just their premier clients.
Okay, awesome. So you guys, if people want to find you online or find Beard Bros, where's some of the places like the web and social media and all that you can be found?
We have our website is www.beardbrosfarms with a ph altogether .com. Our Instagram is beardbros_farms is our main page. We have been deleted like a lot of other cannabis pages, so we have a backup as well.
Yeah.
But those are the two main areas. Our website, we've started creating original content, at least 2 to 3 articles a week of original content on our website. We then post those on our Instagram for followers to go check them out and read the story on our website. So really the website and the Instagram are our two main places to be found.
Sounds good. Guys, thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for talking to us, and all the best luck in the future with everything you guys are doing.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Joe. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
You too.
You too.